Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Priscilla Mack. Rise, shine, and give God the glory. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We want to thank our sponsors for today's show, the Crab Kings, right here in Central Texas, with great seafood for you, and also the Westside Baptist Church. They're doing some renovations and remodeling, and they're going to give you a modern cathedral feel at the same time. So come on in and check them out for the holidays, see what kind of Christmas activities they have for you. And today, speaking of the holidays, all week I have been talking to you all about our health and how we're going to take care of ourselves pre-Christmas, pre-holiday, because we know we're going to eat and do everything on Christmas. So I have some guests today that are professional certified health consultants in this field, and they are the Wilkersons. Brother Alan and MJ, welcome.
Hi, thank you for inviting us.
Hi, Priscilla. Glad to talk to you today.
Yes, glad to have you all. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. And MJ, something really interesting about you, you are a pageant girl.
Oh, my gosh, yes, I am. I didn't expect you to bring that one up. Yes. That is an interesting story because 2 years ago I would have never, ever even considered doing this whatsoever because I did have sort of a life-changing event. I had a transformation, so to speak, that occurred to me as we all get older. And I say all get older because I am currently the Miss Senior California 2017, part of the Miss Senior California of America organization, and senior meaning over 60. So for all those ladies out there saying, oh, I just, I'm too old to change or whatever. Oh, no, girlfriend. 60 is probably one of the best ages to be, and especially for us ladies, but men included. And my last transformation.
They are included. Yeah, the sexy 60s, yeah. They are calling it.
That's right. And 60 is the new 40.
Yes, it is.
That's what we're looking for. So my life transformation actually happened almost 7 years ago. It's a little over, it's more than 6.5 years, where I was introduced to a health and wellness program that it taught me some daily habits, the habits of health and what it's like to have personal support and creating these habits with this personal support that actually set my feet on this amazing path. And so this was back in 2011, and what I actually did was getting involved in this program and sticking to it, having my goals very clear in front of me, and being focused. I lost 55 pounds. I went from a size 16 to a size 6. And I got off 5 medications that were burdensome to me, were medications I really thought I was going to be on for the rest of my life. So it was very life-transforming for me to discover that I actually had this control over my health. And so often we don't think that we do. So in this process, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about being in the 60s, I had just did an article about 2 weeks ago, and I was looking at different women on the internet, and it just one in particular, I just wanted to know how old she was. And, I almost dropped my laptop. I was like, what is going on? Women are really starting to look a lot younger. They're snatching 20 years off of themselves very easily lately, and it wasn't like that for me when I was growing up. When I was younger, a woman in her 60s looked 60 or older, and now they are out taking selfies on cruises. It's just totally different from the way it was years ago, and I wonder why is that?
Well, I think when we grasp a hold of life and realize that we have so much more ahead of us. We have a certain amount of freedom that comes along with our age. Plus, we have obviously a certain amount of wisdom that comes along with our age also. We have learned a lot. We have a lot to share, a lot to give to one another. And the energy is there because we're excited about it. And when you have your health that is boosting you on and you realize you have this control in your life, that you can really help your body stay healthier longer, it's like, I don't want to say a magic potion, but it's like this secret that a lot of us never knew. And one of the things that I would love to share is how we can just make small, what we call micro habit changes. Because if we look at, I need to get healthier, that means, in a lot of words to a lot of people, I need to get on a diet. I'm going to go on this medication, or I've been on this medication and I don't want to be on it anymore. Or maybe I just need to make a few changes. Yes, all of those things are important to us as we get older because our metabolism does slow down. So just making small incremental habit changes that are doable will help us start down that path of better health and wellness in our lives. And some of them are as simple as drinking water. We often do not drink enough water, or we drink what we think is enough fluid in our daily habits that would replace the water. And actually, there's nothing better than water because our bodies are like almost 60% water anyway. We need to replenish that water. And when you drink enough water, and enough could be 70, 80, 90 ounces of water a day, your body is going to have the ability to flush the excess water it's holding in the cells. It's going to clear and flush out your internal organs. It's just going to make you feel healthier, better. Things start to work a whole lot better than they used to when you add water. So that's a simple thing we can all start today. Start drinking more water. Drink a glass of water the first thing you do in the morning, even before you have your cup of coffee or tea. Have that glass of water. Drink water with every meal. Have a glass of water with you or a bottle of water with you to where you can drink it in your car, on the go, whatever it happens to be. And drink that water until, as a daily habit, and your body will actually want it. When you are having a busy day and you don't drink enough water, your body will actually want it. So small incremental habits can make a difference. And these are habits of health.
I like that.
So,
I'm a water lover, and I like to put lemon juice or a lemon or lime in my water. And I used to be unable to survive early 5 a.m. mornings in trying to go somewhere and function. And so just lately, because I've been doing so much water, I was able to get through most of the morning without coffee and just survive completely off of the lime water, which is delicious. You actually get used to it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, your body actually reminds you. You'll feel it. I mean, sometimes we feel hungry during the day and we think we're hungry when actually our body's just telling us it's thirsty. We need to drink water before we eat food. And that's usually where a lot of our bad habits start because we think, well, I'm hungry, so I have to snack during the day. So we need to choose healthier snacks, but we need to drink water first. And then if you're still hungry after about 15, 20 minutes, then choosing a healthier snack is what's going to fuel your body instead of us always filling our body.
Yes, I definitely agree. The water, we always say in this house, me and my kids, think before you do. And when fatigue gets the best of us, as time goes by, then we just want to eat. And we'll take anything. And we start having images in our mind of, big buckets of chicken and all of that candy and things like that. But, taking the time to just drink some water, think it through to its fullest completion, and then you'll be able to at least be held for a while, sustained for a moment, until you can come come to think about what healthy meal you want to eat as opposed to one that would set you back in your progress efforts. So,
right.
Brother Allen, how do you come into this with the health?
Well, besides married to this wonderful woman sitting next to me here, I came into it through working at home, actually. I'm a retired California Highway Patrol officer, and when I retired, I got back into real estate and started managing a couple offices and being very sedimentary all of a sudden, and started putting on some weight. And over a couple of years, not only myself but MJ, we both got cut a little bit fluffy. So when she went on program, my daughter got her started on the program that we got into, and when she did that, I noticed that she was starting to lose some weight and look a lot better. Not that she didn't before, but you don't realize it when you. It's funny when you start gaining weight, you really don't realize it at first, and then before you know it, you look in the mirror one day and go, "Oop, hey, get out of the way! I'm looking for myself." And you just don't realize it, and that happens in families too. When everybody's and you notice this in a lot of families. If you see usually a lot of times people that are a little bit overweight, their children are usually overweight too, and it's a lot because of their eating habits, and you don't realize it. But anyway, so when she was off at work, I was working as a real estate broker at home, and I was stealing parts of her food anyway, the program food, because it was actually pretty good. And one day she came home and I'd eaten her last chocolate bar, which is a protein bar, and she said, where to go? And I kind of was, as I was cleaning it off my mouth a little bit, she says, you need to get on your own. So I went on program also. I was on program for 2.5 months, and I lost 40 pounds. Results aren't typical, but guys lose weight a lot faster than women do because we have more muscle mass. So that got me started on the health journey. And then when she got into coaching, I went ahead and got certified also, and we've been helping hundreds of people all over the United States ever since. So that's what got me started. Oh, the best thing was
I was going to ask, the both of you are doing this together. So for couples that are in the same situation as you are, empty nesters especially can pick up on the weight really quickly and not realize it. Like you said, time just goes by. You get happy with the fork and everything. But this is something that can be done together. So how would one approach the other? Because you stumbled upon it. But you don't want one partner to get offended. I don't know what's the best way for a couple to be able to do something like this together?
Well, normally we have the same issue with a lot of couples or somebody that gets on our program, our health and wellness program. It's usually one or the other. Very seldom do both husband and wife do it together. And normally what happens is it's usually the wife, and the husband notices that she's buying new clothes. Or the clothes that she has been wearing for a while are getting baggy on her. And he just notices it, and she's eating healthy. She's fixing healthy meals because it's what we call a 5-in-1 program. You have 5 meal replacements and then 1 healthy lean and green. So what I've noticed is because MJ being at work, I was basically fixing the dinner. When she would come home, I would have a healthy lean and green meal ready for her. And I started eating healthy because of it. We have couples that if they have family members notice that they're changing their eating habits, and the mom usually starts fixing the same thing for the kids to eat because it's all healthy. You just more portion control, and you're eating healthier foods. So usually one of the couples will start getting healthy, and the other person will go, wait a minute, you're getting healthy, because you're looking really good, and I want to do the same, start looking that way also. And it's usually kind of organic. It grows. And then if you have family members, they see the same thing, and they're starting to eat healthier, and they're starting to lose weight and get healthy themselves. So it can be a hard situation. That doesn't always happen that way, but most of the time it does.
I think so, and I think it's a really good look. I think that it starts with a woman, of course, because women are amazing, right, MJ?
Yes, they are.
Women are amazing in the way that it just spirals like that. And then when you see the couple together, you're looking like, wow, it's more influential. And it becomes a great part of the marriage, a mission there to kind of, that assists others and is a light of beacon to them to be able to progress and transform. And a lot of different things go on during those transformations psychologically and emotionally. You become, a little happier, with yourself. And
sure. Absolutely. Your self-esteem goes way up too. And other people start noticing what you're doing, and they go, what the heck are you doing? You look great. You look 20 years younger. And one of the most important things with MJ is she got off of 5 medications because of losing the weight.
Wow. MJ, you go, girl.
It's just an amazing experience because, I wasn't focused on that when I first got started. I was just, I literally sat down and the Lord and I had some discussion together about how I needed to have my mind focused on what was best for me. He's called me to take care of this body that I have. And even though I didn't think I was mistreating it, I just knew that if I wanted to be more happy in my skin with myself, have a little more self-pride, a little bit, knowing, that this was something that I needed to do in order for me to be around, not only for my children, but my grandchildren that were soon to be in the future. At least that's how I saw it back in 2011. So just losing the weight was so important to me. And as that started to happen, it was like part of the process. I realized that my medications were all related to me being overweight and carrying this extra burden. It caused my blood pressure to be higher. I had very high cholesterol, even on medication. I had chronic pain in my body, and that's due to the excess fat that's on your body because it creates an inflammation in your body. And as all of that started to go away and I got healthier, I no longer needed to be on the medication. I got healthier. And so what an amazing bonus. I mean, what a blessing to realize not only in following through with my promise to myself that I was going to take care of my body and get healthier, that I would be blessed also by being taken off the medication and having a healthier body.
Wow. That is a blessing. That is amazing, too. And so many of our listeners, we're here in Central Texas. Can you tell us where you all are located?
We're actually in San Diego, California. And yeah, so
I've had a San Diego day today. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and the things that I have I have helped so many different people, and it always starts out with your friends and family, the people that are watching you and want to know, okay, we've been watching you and you've gotten healthy and all of these great things. I have a dear friend that was in our church choir with us, and she moved to Southeast Central Texas. And when she came back for a women's retreat and saw me about 4 months into my weight loss, she was like, oh, my gosh, what are you doing? And so I invited her to join me, and I became her health coach. She also decided that she wanted to become a coach herself to try to share this in her community, and she was a type 2 diabetic. And now this doesn't always happen, but it happens quite frequently, and we always tell people who have medical issues, you always want to speak with your primary care physician. You want them to be on board with your decision to get healthy and to monitor what your numbers are and to monitor how your blood sugars or whatever is changing. Because with my friend and with several people that I have coached, they have experienced literally getting off of their diabetic medication because by getting healthier and eating healthier and the proper foods and eating more often, I really said that, eating more often during the day, levelized and normalize their blood sugars to where they were no longer on medication they were no longer type 2 diabetics. It is purely, it's like in most cases it's related to what someone eats and whether they're overweight or not. They all seem to kind of go hand in hand. So, yes, there's a way you can turn your health around and improve your life by reducing or getting off of medications.
Amen. And, that's just wonderful. The both of you share a strong testimony and story, and it's beautiful, to hear this and how everything all unfolds and, just start the way that we started off with you being in the pageantry to your health journey and, with your husband and leading other people into it. And now we are global. Now we're on the radio here. So I just hope that the listeners out there, especially with us being here in Texas, this is a place where it's called good eating. Okay, and when we mean good eating, folks like to eat here. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like MJ said, we're not trying to starve anyone. It's just what you're eating. And, just eating a lot more healthy food and drinking a lot more water. Down here we like the Texas tea, but,
right.
There are certain things that aren't that are traditional that may not be healthy, and we may need to, and I was thinking this for myself, shift the traditional recipes to holiday recipes instead of eating those types of things all year long,
Right.
Just switch it around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, one of the things that you had mentioned, and I think when we were talking before I had mentioned, is a simple habit of health called stop, challenge, and choose. And you had brought it up before when we stop and drink water, that we think about it, we take this moment. And that's something that we also teach in the Habits of Health, is that wherever you are and you're at, let's use that holiday party as an example, that you arrive there. We always say eat something before you go. Have some dinner or lunch whenever it's supposed to be. Be sure that you choose something healthy to eat before you go. When you arrive, you see that spread. So you're going to stop and you're going to look and you're going to see all of that there. Then what you want to do is challenge yourself. What is there that would be a healthy choice? What is not going to deter you from reaching your goal of getting healthier, making that healthier choice? Find something, okay, look, there's some deviled eggs, or maybe there's some fresh veggies that have a little bit of a dip, or maybe it's hummus and it's not ranch, or it's something a little healthier for the fresh veggies. A salad maybe with some chicken or whatever it happens to have on it, or you can add some protein to it. But challenging yourself, what can I choose here? And then make that choice. Make the choice that is in your favor, because, we are human. We're not always going to make the best choice, but if we give ourselves the opportunity to stop and think about what we're doing, and instead of just, like I said, fueling the body instead of just filling the body, I think we can all make healthier, better choices. It's possible. We are living proof of it. We have hundreds of friends, family, and people we've never even met face-to-face that we have coached that have experienced this amazing life transformation.
And another thing, during the holidays, I think one of the easiest things that people do and just don't think about it, they don't have the mindfulness. When you do go to a holiday spread, and then we're actually having a holiday party at our house here, and we give people smaller plates. You don't need to have a platter to take around and put. Just because it's on the table, you don't have to put it in your plate. You can have little tiny bits. It's all about portion control and about what you're eating. You don't have to go without on the holidays. You just have to, instead of having a giant piece of pie, take a couple bites. We get sugar cravings. People all get sugar cravings, and that's all in the mind. It's not in the stomach. When you've eaten, say that you have a craving for some apple pie because it's there in front of you, and you have a slice of pie, usually after your third bite, your your mind is satisfied. That craving is taken care of. It's just that we're in the habit of, well, the pie's there, might as well finish it. And, so these are habits that you can change. Just take smaller portions of everything. You can take a little nibble of something if that's what you really want, but it doesn't mean going without. It just means making healthier choices. I mean, we're foodies. We love food. We're just, very careful about what we eat, and we share plates all the time when we go out. Plates back when we were growing up were smaller. They were 9-inch plates. Now most plates are anywhere from 10 to 15 inches in diameter. They're just huge, and you have a tendency to fill it up.
Absolutely. I like that, what you said about the portions, and I was singing, if Jesus is my portion, take smaller portions and think about what it is that you're eating. And I think that creating that habit has something to do that will spiral out into other areas of your life, if you think about it. And I remember when I was overeating, I was overdoing a lot of other things too. There were just other patterns that, reflected my plate. And,
right.
My plate literally and my plate mentally and spiritually. And so being able to put it into portions, it's an example of discipline that you have in other areas of your life as well.
Well, we make food too big of a focus. Remember that you should eat to live, not live to eat.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And yeah, but it's not denying yourself all the time. You're not. You learn to make healthier food too. Instead of, a couple of years ago, we decided we're going to try something new for Thanksgiving. So instead of making mashed potatoes, we did mashed cauliflower, and everybody had it. Nobody knew the difference if you make it right.
I had that this Thanksgiving. Is that what you all had?
Yes.
I like it.
Is that not awesome? Yes,
I
it's
liked
awesome.
it. I've never had it before until this, and I just tried it out. It was by accident, and I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. It was lighter than mashed potatoes alone. It was good.
Oh yeah, and you can add your garlic to it, and you can season it so that it just totally it fooled our kids, which was a wonderful experience. And I've adapted my my turkey stuffing to make it lighter and healthier. It's just amazing when you make these changes. Do you know that there is a recipe, a cookbook that's all about using cauliflower in order to
Tell
make
us about it.
That you can, I've seen it advertised. We have our own recipes that we have for it, but I've just recently seen the cookbook out there that's a cauliflower cookbook. You can make pizza crust. You can, there's just so many different things that you can make that you would think would be bread, and all you do is just add the pizza crust with egg white, and you mix it together, but you put your seasoning in it, and you bake that. You can then put your pizza topping on it that's healthier, sliced tomatoes, a little mozzarella cheese, some basil or something on it, and then warm that up, and you have a cauliflower pizza. There's so many different opportunities to make food healthier. We looked at it as a challenge. Remember, we've been doing this for almost 7 years, and so once we had lost our weight and gotten healthier, we were used to making a healthy lean and green meal 3 times a day. But we do eat at least 6 times a day. We eat every 3 hours, but we choose something healthy that has a protein base in it to keep the metabolism going. And so when the holidays started to come around, or birthdays come around, or whatever it happens to be, we just looked at it as a fun challenge. How can we make this healthier? And that's how we sort of adapted a lot of our own recipes. But we have lots of recipes that we can share
with our program. That's great.
If someone's interested, we can email them the information. We're available. They can contact us either by phone or by email. We'd be thrilled to offer encouragement. Life is all about choices. Don't you agree? I mean, we make choices every day, daily choices. And when I got involved in the pageants and I'm getting healthier, I was asked to create a philosophy of life. And my philosophy of life is obviously, it's geared on how my life has been recently, coming into my 60s, being introduced to a sisterhood of women that are part of the Age of Elegance. And so I have just a little mission statement that's my own personal one, and it is, the power to choose is the power to change. So choose to be extraordinary.
Wow, I love that. I'm going to have to take that on for myself. To be extra. I'm taking notes. I hope you all are listening and taking notes too, because I'm telling you, this is good stuff. You're getting recipes. You're getting some health coaching here. You're getting some powerful quotes to, get your mind going. I would use that in the morning. I'm extraordinary here. So, and do you all have somewhere where we can find more information about you all?
Well, yes. I mean, I have my website that they could go ahead and check out. Now, I actually have two of them. One is one that when someone becomes a client, and I usually don't connect them into that one, but I do have the it's obviously www.discoveryourbetteryou.com.
DiscoverYourBetterYou.com. Folks, take this down, and I'm going to give you all a tip as well. It's December. We do know Christmas is coming up, but right after that, what is there? The New Year. Don't wait until the New Year to start a program or get with a health coach. Okay? You need to start getting your mind right now, especially if it takes you a minute to catch on to something. At least start looking at it now and connect with her in the middle of this month or later on this month. But do not wait like other people do, especially don't think about other people. Think about yourself. If every year you have told yourself that you're going to change your healthy habits starting on New Year's and that has not lasted, let's take a different route. Let's do something new. Let's start now then. Let's start before New Year, okay? Go ahead with the other website.
Well, it's going to be Discover Health 4 with the number 4 life.com. Discover Health number 4 life. So discoverhealth4life.com. That goes to my actual business website. And, of course, both of us are on Facebook. Alan Wilkerson is on Facebook, my husband, and I'm. If you put MJ Wilkerson, I probably will pop up, but I'm actually listed on there as Mary Jane Wilkerson. I also have a Discover Your Better You Facebook page. So there's a lot of information that's available. We're easy to contact. I mean, you can even Google me. I'll pop up. I'm getting high on Google. So
that's a good thing.
We are available.
Yes.
Yeah, we are available. We have a heart.
Give your phone number too.
Yes. We have a heart for, this is our servant ministry. We have a heart for people. We both have been there. We know how it is. We know that life does get in front of us sometimes. It happens. We all have life happening to us. But we do choose. We choose how we're going to face it each day. There's another really great quote out there that says, 10% of what goes on in our life affects us, but 90% is how we react to it. And so if we react to it with a cheerful heart, with a hopeful heart, knowing that, we are precious in God's eyes. And He gives us new days and blessings every new morning that comes along. Mercies are new every morning. And we have that opportunity to make those amazing changes in our life because He wants us to be successful too. He wants us to be useful to Him. And when you regain your health, when you find this energy and this joy that's been missing in your life, you would be surprised what mountains you can climb and how many people you can help.
Amen. Thank you so much for sharing this information, wealthy information with us, wealth and health information with us this morning on the Good Morning Show. Rise, shine, and give God the glory. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning.
Yes,
thank you. Amen. Bye-bye.
One last thing, MJ's phone number, if ever anybody wants to call, is 619-807-3280.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, MJ. Be blessed. We love you.
Merry Christmas to everyone, and I look forward to hearing from people. I just would love to speak to you. Take that opportunity. Don't be afraid. Take that leap of faith, because God is there to support you, and I'm there to be your cheerleader.